Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to Headlines. When you attend a meeting or meet new friends, the very first things you're going to do is introduce yourself. It might be a piece of cake if the other side is Chinese. But what if you were asked to introduce yourself in English in a spontaneous scenario? And most people would get panic. Today's article is from Harvard Business Review, providing a simple framework to introduce yourself in English. So I think you could learn a lot from it. 今天的内容是由沟通专家来告诉你如何做一个简单的英文的自我介绍。You know the scenario. It could be in an online meeting, or perhaps you are seated around a boardroom table. The meeting leader asks everyone to briefly introduce themselves. Suddenly, your brain goes into hyperdrive. What should I say about myself? Before I explain what hyperdrive is, you should know the prefix hyper. It means too much or overactive. 就是过多的或者是过分主动的。比如说 hypercube 超级立方体 hypercharge 超电荷或者是过分的加压 or hypersexual 性亢奋。Hyperdrive 你可以理解为超级驱动。Yeah, it means that you think fast and try to come up with something to say. You start ruminating about previous self-introductions when you got tongue-tied, when you forgot to mention something important, or worse, when you rambled on for too long. Then you realize you're not listening to what the others are sharing. To ruminate on something 学过了 Think carefully and repetitively. 翻来覆去的想，它更像 second guess. Ruminate on the past. 反复思考过去的事情。A similar word is reminisce. Reminisce about the good old days. 这是怀念过去的意思 so don't mix them up. Tongue-tied 很形象啊，舌头打结了。Ramble is to walk aimlessly. 没有目的的漫步。I spend most of my spare time rambling and climbing. It sounds relaxing, right? But if a speech or a piece of writing is rambling, oh, that's not a good thing. It is long and boring. His speech are often rambling and downbeat. 他的话总是漫无边际又很丧。If somebody rambles on, it means that he talks a long time in a boring way. For example, I started to fall asleep while the professor rambled on. You start ruminating about previous things when you got ABC. At first, I thought it was the typical adverbial clause of time, just like A is going to happen when B happened. 当你舌头打结的时候，你就开始去想过去的经验了。But it's not self-consistent because the following sentence says that you realize you're not listening to what others are sharing. So if you're the one who is speaking right now, why you should listen to what others are saying? A few seconds on this sentence, I was like, wow, I got it. As I understand it, it means you start ruminating on the earlier experience, the experience that when you got A, got B, and got C. 他想表达的是，当你被告知要做自我介绍的时候，你就开始去想过去那些舌头打结啊，什么漫无边际的说话的经历，那以至于在别人做介绍的时候，你根本就没有听进去。The secret is using a simple framework. Present, past, and future. Start with the present tense statement to introduce yourself. Of course, what you share will depend on the situation and the audience. If you're not sure what to share, your name and job title is a great place to start. If there is the opportunity to elaborate, you can share other details such as a current project, your expertise, or your geographical location. Well, elaborate could serve both as an adjective and a verb. So I think in most cases, you see elaborate as an alternative of complicated and detailed. For example, elaborate plan, research, effort, preparation, or scam. 各种精心设计的计划、研究、努力以及骗局。If you elaborate on something, say elaborate on the plan, you make it complicated by adding more details to it. He elaborated on the main ideas in his presentation. 详尽地描述了他的观点。There are two examples to help you make your sentence. That for me, I would say, hey, I'm Zoe, an avid English learner, and I am an uploader in Bilibili and mainly focus on news and magazines reading. The second part of your introduction is past tense. This is where you can add 2 or 3 points that will provide people with relevant details about your background. It is also your opportunity to establish credibility. Consider your education and other credentials, past projects, employers, and accomplishments. Examples are as follow. Now, for me, I graduated from Peak University, but I was a non-English major student. Before becoming an uploader, I was in the IT industry. Credibility 学过了，可信度 established credibility. Credential is a broader term to refers to any form of proof to qualification. 那么 credential 呢也是资质 certificate 是证书。The third and last part in this framework is future-oriented. It is your opportunity to demonstrate enthusiasm for what's ahead. If you are in a job interview, you could share your eagerness about opportunities at the firm. If you are in a meeting, you could express interest in the meeting topic. If you are kicking off a project with a new team, you could talk about how excited you are or share your goal for the project. I would say that now being an English uploader is like a dream come true because I know learning English is a laborious journey and I want to be by your side and let's move forward together. Okay, so have you got the hack? If you have, please tell me who you are in the comment section using this simple framework, present, past, and future. Yeah, if you're too shy to share it in public, you're more than welcome to send me messages. So this is Headlines. I'm Zoe, and I'll see you next time.